Hey everybody, Martin Danner here with the video podcast Conduit from the San Diego Tech Hub. I'm here to remind you that the Tech Hub is sponsoring a very special online webinar on Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. The topic of this webinar will be Survival Guide for Startups and Small Businesses During COVID-19. Now, I'm sure a lot of us are feeling economic pressure as a result of the economic shutdown, if you will, of pretty much the entire nation. And if you're a small business owner or a startup founder, you're in a particularly precarious situation. So we're running this webinar, and it will be presented by Rupak Doshi. He knows an awful lot about this subject because he is the co-founder and CEO of an outfit here in San Diego called OmniSync. Now, OmniSync offers a technology platform that helps small business owners and startup founders with all those mundane sort of things that they need to deal with to run their business, allowing them to focus more on the really important stuff. And it turns out one of the things that Rupak's been doing lately is helping his customers apply for and take advantage of this new $2 trillion stimulus package out of the federal government called CARES. Well, now it turns out this thing is an 800-page bill, and there's so much detail to it, it's hard for anybody to understand. But Rupak can help us understand it because he's actually been working with it with a number of his customers. That's one of the many things he's going to be talking about. But, you know, I think we've all heard about the stimulus package in one form or another. And so my first question to Rupak was, well, what are you going to tell us that we haven't already heard?
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? I've been thinking about that, and I've basically applied for a few of our clients as well. And in that process, what I found out is that all the articles out there, most of them at least, that I've come across, they all seem to be talking about exactly the same things. And yeah, the information is changing on a daily basis. So there's bits and pieces of it that are different. But most people are really afraid at addressing questions that are right now in the gray areas of the law. And that's what, and because it's purely because the law is so new that most people don't realize it unless you actually pay lawyers money to go and read that massive law that's been written in detail and then interpret it in common language. And so I personally believe that not addressing those questions is not the solution. It just puts more confusion in people's minds. And so what I'll mostly be doing is I'll be addressing those questions in a way that I say that, look, you know what, this is where the gray area is. And so you need to know your risks and rewards of going one way or another. Like, for example, if startups that are VC funded eligible or not, that's a big gray area right now. People don't really understand one way or another. What component of my salary or my payroll is eligible for the payroll plan? That's a big gray area. How the forgiveness is going to work, that's a big gray area. What you need to demonstrate as economic hardship because of the crisis, that's a huge, no one really knows, and there's unclear information out there. So all these places are where founders and entrepreneurs have a lot of questions about, and just nobody can answer them right now. And so they're not addressing them even. And I think that that's not the way to go. The way to go is to basically discuss the pros and cons, what the gray areas actually are, and what to consider going one way or another in those things. And so that's mostly what I plan to actually discuss.
Now, you'll be addressing both startup founders as well as those who own ongoing businesses, going concerns, small businesses.
Right.
How is that different? What's the different sort of information you'll provide for each of those?
Yeah, so by definition, I mean, startups and small businesses are very different. Everything from how you think about setting them up to how you're going to run them. And if you don't know the difference, think of this as an example. If you're thinking of starting a restaurant, you're going to be a small business. If you're thinking of developing an app that makes ordering in restaurants easier, you're a startup. So that's the difference. And so the difference there is, like, these packages have been designed to tailor to certain kinds of businesses, and the money out there right now from government and non-government sources are tailored again towards different goals. Some are tailored towards or directed towards entrepreneurs who are looking to solve problems, and some are tailored towards entrepreneurs that are looking to just survive in the current climate. And so that's why this distinction is important for people to understand. In fact, like one of the workshops that I'll be conducting at San Diego Tech Hub later in the year is about how to start and run your company, be it a startup founder or a small business owner. And the first step in that workshop is to clearly identify what you are going to be. What type of entrepreneur are you? You know, because that kind of drives your directionality of how to go about doing things.
There you have it. If you're a small business owner or a startup founder, I think it behooves you to join us on Thursday, April 9th to hear what Rupak has to say. And by the way, you'll also have an opportunity to ask questions and get answers at that event as well. To join, just go to meetup.com, look up San Diego Tech Hub, and register there. Thanks a lot, Rupak.
Thanks, Martin.